Today's Bitcoin and Litecoin update. What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. I want to wish everybody a happy Tuesday. We're going to take a look at the charts, but before we begin, I want to let you guys know I will not email you guys asking you for anything. Some scammers out there doing that using my logo, and they actually made a fake email account, Crypto Savvy account with 0. My email is in the description below the box, guys. It's cryptosavvy1@gmail.com. Don't even reply to those guys. There is scammers out there. I hope nobody fell for it. I did have someone send me the link or the email, and I read through it. It's absolutely ridiculous. You guys know I do not charge for anything. I don't believe in the paid groups. I don't believe in paying for the courses and all that crap. So don't fall for it, guys. But anyways, yeah, we're going to take a look at Litecoin, Bitcoin. And at the end of the video, we're going to take a look at that Bitcoin daily chart versus the gold weekly chart that nobody else seems to be looking at, and why I believe we're going to hit 46,000 by the end of the year. So definitely stick around for that. And don't forget, guys, help to support the channel out by checking out the links below in the description below the video. There's an ABRA and a COINBASE link in there. If you sign up, make a deposit, you get some free crypto. There's also a Ledger link down there. Definitely check that out. Keep your crypto safe, guys. Keep it off the exchanges if you're not trading it. Also, there's a link down there. Keep your crypto keys safe. Check that out. Pretty interesting. It's a new site from a friend of mine, so check that out. Also, if you guys want to get into leverage trading, which I do not suggest if you're new to trading, but there is a link to a Prime XBT, which is a leverage trading site where you can trade up to 100 times leverage. But again, I do not suggest that if you're new to trading. But anyways, let's get into the video and see what's going on, guys. All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market can be extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, it's still a speculative market. Don't put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you're new here or you haven't already, hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand side of the screen. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. Then if you tick the notification bell, that'll get you notified when I post new videos, as I do post every day. That way you don't miss out on anything. Also, guys, smash those likes, leave your comments, let me know what you think of the video. And if you have any suggestions on how to improve the videos, I would appreciate it for you guys to leave a comment. Also, there's a free Discord down there in the links below. I forgot to mention that in the beginning. Definitely check it out. We have an awesome community in there. People with all levels of trading skills in there, from 1 day to years. So definitely check that out. Everybody helps each other out there. It's totally free. Like I said, I don't believe in charging for anything, especially them guys selling the crap courses that just teach you the basics, which you can find anywhere on the internet. So let's get into the video. I'm done with my rant now. Oops, I want to start out with Litecoin here. All right, so looking at Litecoin, we had a measured move of a cup and a handle here, and that measured move is 180, guys. I'm still looking for us to hit this 155 to 156, which would be the top of this rising broadening wedge here in the yellow. I am still looking for that target there. I still believe we're headed up to it, and I know a lot of people are starting to panic. We had a little dip here, but guys, that happens. We have to have corrections, small corrections. We're not, unless we have a huge correction that everybody's talking about, there's no need to panic. And I do not believe we're ready to have a big correction yet. We are in a parabolic market. And if you get paranoid, just go out to the weekly, guys, and look what's going on. I mean, we're still parabolic big time. Same thing in Bitcoin. So, all right, let's look at where we're at here. We're going to take a look at the RSI in the daily. And if we look at the RSI, we were in this rising channel, and we had like a bear trap here back in April. Moved back into the rising channel. We're in it now. Now, is it possible we come down and test the bottom of this again? Yes, before continuing up. and it's also possible we could just start continuing up from here. Let me zoom in here real quick and show you guys some. If we look here, we're having, I'll zoom this in a little bit too. We're having higher highs in the price and lower highs in the RSI. So we're getting hidden bullish divergence, guys. I do believe, you know, we could possibly head up from here. Like I said, worst case, we come back down and test this again, which could get us down maybe to the 122 to 123 range, which would also line up with the EMA right here, my 21 EMA on the daily chart. But like I said, I don't see that. I believe we're gonna hit this target within the next day or two. I am pretty damn sure of it. Let's look at the 4-hour RSI. This tells a little bit different story in the 4-hour RSI. Now, if you remember, we were watching this falling channel. We had a falling wedge here, broke out of that into a falling channel, broke out of that into another falling channel, and again into another falling channel. And now we have created a falling wedge here, which I do believe we could get one more touchdown here, get, like I said, to that 122 range. But the more I look at this, guys, the less I think it's likely. I think we're going to break out of this falling wedge and come test the top of this channel. So that's where I'm at with that. Let's look at the price action and see where we're at. All right, so obviously these yellow lines are that big broadening, rising broadening wedge, and we are pretty much, this would be the absolute worst case scenario if we have this big correction that everybody's claiming we're gonna have. I don't necessarily believe it, and I know a lot of people are talking about the halving too. Guys, it doesn't have to play out the same every way. People look at the people that were looking at the Bitcoin 2015 market price action, claiming that, you know, it was going to be the same. I don't know why people do that. It's not the same. Obviously, look at what happened to them people that were looking at the 2015 claiming we were going to have the same. Did they look at 2011 when 2015 was happening? Totally different market. We are in a totally different market here, guys. Yeah, I just don't fall for that crap, man. That guys are just picking out stuff and trying to, you know, compare stuff to make something make sense that doesn't make sense. All you got to do is read the charts, what they're doing now. So anyways, I'm sorry I'm being ranty this morning. That email thing really got me stressed out. But anyways, where was I at here? So looking at the worst case scenario here, guys, we'll look at the bearish scenario first, like we always do. Even though I'm shooting for the bullish scenario, I'm still leaning way bullish. I'm still bullish here, guys. But anyways, we were looking at this as a bull flag, which we broke out the other day. We keep coming back down to test this. And now we've gotten in the 4-hour. This is my 55 EMA here. And we've gotten support there. If that doesn't hold, obviously, we would come back down to this line. I've drawn this trend line from these 3 touches here. Worst case, come down to maybe the 115, 116. If that breaks, looking at the 105, which is the bottom of this broadening wedge in blue. And if that was to break, I'd be looking at the $62 range. But again, guys, like I said, I'm not confident in the bearish scenario. I am definitely more confident in the bullish scenario. So let's take a look at that. All right, so the measured move off this flag pull here, which is this bull flag, would be up to the 168, which if you remember, we were watching 167 area forever. So this is still a very good possibility that we get there. And like I said, that's a measured move, measuring this as the flag pull here. Now, if we measure this longer, this as a flag pull and this being the flag, my measured move off that would also get us to the 180, which is also the measured move off of the cup and handle. Hope you guys are following along. And then I have the 155 here. And if we look at I thought I had a measured move drawn in here. I guess I don't, but I will do that real quick. And measuring this as the bull flag, real short right here. And the breakout would get us to the top of this line, which was back here at the 150. And that's, you know, a target we were looking at. But I'm still definitely looking at this 155, 156 area to be the top of this rising wedge here. And obviously, if we break that, then we have our 168 and 180. And I'm pretty confident, guys, that's probably most likely where we're headed. Let's go into Bitcoin real quick and look at what we got here. All right, so we're in this rising wedge here, and I know that, you know, people were watching this as a rising wedge within it and broke down, but if we look at the volume, guys, the volume is declining. We are still in this channel here, this rising channel. And I believe when this gets all the way down, that's when we break the channel, whether it be up or down. In my opinion, I think we're going to break up, guys. But let's take a look at our targets where we're at now. And you know what? Did I go into the higher targets and show you guys that on Bitcoin? I'm sorry. I'm going to go back. I think I forgot to do that and show you how I get these higher targets. Now, if we look at this as a rising wedge here, and the breakout of that rising wedge, guys, would get us to, and this is the yellow rising wedge, would get us to the 263 area. That's the measured move of breaking out of the wedge down here. Now, if we break out, if we kind of ride this wedge up to get to our 180 and we break out up there, then our measured move is 300. So just something to look forward to, guys. I do believe we are definitely in a parabolic bear market, and I don't see it changing anytime soon. Although you got other analysis guys out there that have a huge following, and you know, they're claiming that it's going to correct hard and people are going to get wrecked. And I don't know. Did you see this parabolic move? I don't see no huge correction there, guys. Where did people get wrecked until the very top? And I believe this parabolic move we're in now is going to dwarf 2018 or 2017. So, and I'll show you why in the end on the Bitcoin daily versus the gold weekly chart. So anyways, let's look at the Bitcoin measured moves here. If we were to break out from, if we're to break up past this, I know we're going to go into the 4 hour. Sorry guys, a little confusing this morning, but I'm half asleep. Around the 10,000 mark, if we was to break out above this rising channel here, the measured move, measuring this as a flagpole and put it up here, is about the 12,400 range. And if we just did a measured move of just a channel and we were to break out up there, that gets us up to the 12,000 range. That was 11.4, but the further we go along in this, the higher that gets. So those are my targets. If we're to break up out of this channel, guys, which is very possible, and I'll show you why here when we go into the 4 hour. We're also going to take a look at the bearish scenario. But first, we are going to, I do want to show you why I got this 96 target too. The 96 target was looking at this as a rising broadening wedge here in the yellow. And we measure the move from where we broke out the width of the wedge. And we put it up there. And that's what got me this 96. I still believe we're headed there. We almost got there yesterday. We almost got to 9,500. But I'm not convinced until we hit this first. I do believe we're going to hit the 96 before any correction. We may get a correction after that, test the bottom of this channel and go up. But the longer and longer we stay up here, guys, the more and more I think we're actually going to break 10,000 here pretty soon. So let's look at the RSI in the, whoops, sorry guys. All right, looking at the RSI in the daily. And we were watching this rising channel forever. We broke down out of it into another falling channel. We've broken out of that falling channel now. Tried to get back in the rising channel. Got rejected. Now, do we come down to test the bottom of this again? That's kind of where we're at, looking at. And then give it another push up. I do believe we're going to come back up and test this line again in the RSI before a correction. And again, guys, I don't think this correction is going to be as bad as people say it has to be. I do not think that. Also, I want to look at some hidden bullish divergence in this also. If you look at this line here and then look at where we're at here, this is the low right here in the RSI, and this is a higher low up here, which is a lower low here, which is hidden bullish divergence. Also, we're going to see that in the 4 hour too, but let's go into the 4 hour and show you what I'm seeing here. The same thing. You see this getting, let me zoom in so you can see it a little better, guys. Same thing. We got hidden bullish divergence here also. As you can see up here, we're making higher lows in the price action and lower lows in the RSI. That's hidden bullish divergence. I'm definitely looking for a move up. Not to say we won't have another small move down, but I am looking for a bounce here. And we're going to look at this real quick. Looks like a rising broadening wedge. We could come back down and test the bottom of this, which in the price action would probably could be as low as 87 or to 8,800, which would be testing the 55 EMA on the 4 hour. Honestly, I don't think that's going to happen, but we will have to see. But I do believe we'll get support off the bottom of this and get a bounce if we do go down from here. But I'm leaning. I think we're going to continue up from here, guys. I really do. So. And actually, I need to move this line a little bit. I just noticed I am not touching the other peak. There we go. Yeah, that's where I'm at with that. So let's go into the price action, take a look at the bearish scenario, and then we'll take a look at the bullish scenario. And again, we're in the 4 hour chart. So, as you guys know, still looking for this 9,600 target. But if we were to continue down from here, and let's see, if we were to continue down from here, we would hopefully, like I said, 87 to 8,800 would be this 55 EMA here. I would expect that to hold as support. Again, I'm bullish, but I'm still going to go through the bearish scenario just in case, even though I don't believe it's going to happen. But if we were to come back down and test the bottom of this channel again around between 8,100 and 8,200, depending where we came down on it, then I would look for support here at the 77 to 7,800 range. And if that was to break, my next target would be the 7,500 area, which is the top of this broadening channel, or the top of this broadening wedge, which we broke out of over here. That would be coming back down to test that. And if that was to break, guys, I would do a measured move of this channel, just like we measured it going up, and that would bring me to the 6,600, which in my analysis is the absolute worst case scenario, and I'll show you why also in the Bitcoin daily versus the gold weekly chart. But this is the absolute worst case scenario, guys, and the longer we stay up around here, the less and less likely I see this being. One more thing I wanted to point out that I found pretty interesting in this chart is, I know a lot of people don't believe in fractals, but I do want to show you something pretty interesting. As you can see, this channel here, which we broke out of, which was a rising channel, mind you, is usually bull or bearish, and they usually break down, but we're in a parabolic market, guys. They don't have to be bearish. Obviously, you see what happened when we broke out of this rising channel. But if you look at how this is set up, if you look at, we got a peak, a touch here, and take a look at that. And just like up here, we got a touch here, take a look at that. And then we got this, it's almost like a backwards cup and handle. And if you look right here, we have the same move here. And you can see what happened. We came up and tested the top of that channel again a few times. And then when it broke through, see what happened. Now look how much bigger this one is. And if we get the same thing, we go up to test the 9,900, and 10,000 and bounce around here, which would, let me draw that in so you guys can see it. I was looking at it this morning. It's pretty interesting, but just look at the shape of that there and what happened before it broke out, and then look at the shape of this one here and what happened if we come up here and go out. Whoops, get that out of there. You know, we could be up to 14, 15,000 range if it plays out like this one did, which is very possible. The more and more I look at that, the more and more I think that's what's going to happen, guys. So if you're waiting for that big correction in a real cheap Bitcoin, I don't see it happening. You may come down to test the bottom of this channel again if you get lucky, but I don't see it. I do not see a correction till probably at least, if we blow through the 10,000, I don't even see a correction starting till at least the 12,000 range, and could be as high as the 13 to 15,000 range before we see that correction. And the higher we go, you know, the less likely it is to go lower. So if we get to 13,000, our correction might be to 10,000. So just keep that in mind. You know, we know what happened with the diaper wave theory, with everyone waiting on the $1,000 Bitcoin. Everybody missed out on buying the low right here. And if you check my videos from December, I was calling the bottom there. I know there's other analysis guys out there. There's one in particular that says he was the only one calling it, and he started at 3,400. I started calling it right here. You can check my videos from December. They're a little crappy because they were my beginning videos, but nonetheless, yeah, I was calling bottom here, and I had an Elliott wave count that got us up to 6,500. Obviously, we've blown by that, but couldn't predict a parabolic market, which we're in now. But anyways, that's where I'm at with that, guys. I do believe, you know, we are staying parabolic, and this is going to be a beautiful run. Let's look at the Bitcoin daily chart, and this is kind of going to show you guys why I'm believing the way I'm believing. So if we look at the Bitcoin daily chart, you can see off each one of these peaks, I drew a line to where we broke down at 6,000. And then when we zoom in here in a little bit, you'll see each line acted as resistance, and then we broke through and it was support. Up here, you see the yellow line. This is my target for the end of the year, guys. I definitely see this happening. Obviously, it's technical analysis. There's no guarantees. You know, do your own due diligence. Don't trade off my projections. I am just sharing my ideas with you, but my target for the end of the year is between 46 and 47,000 at least. And I think I'm being conservative there. Honestly, we could go a hell of a lot higher. Anyways, let's take a good look at this chart. Take a look at this bottom trend line here. And then we're going to go into gold. And you can see where gold's the yellow line is, where I put 46 to 47,000. But if you go back and forth, look at the resemblance in that, guys. A pattern is a pattern. Human emotion is human emotion. That's what makes charts. Doesn't matter the time frame. It's the pattern. And you can see the similarities. And right in here, I want to point out 2003, the gold ETF was approved. So I've made videos in the past explaining why I think there's some huge news coming, because we're right here in the charts, guys. Right here where the gold ETF was approved. And just to point out the hyperwave bullshit theory that they're not talking about anymore. Now they got some new theory selling some new courses, because nobody will probably ever buy the hyperwave course again, especially the people that were waiting on the $1,000 Bitcoin. Now they got some new guy on there. Nothing against him, but they just keep trying to get people to buy courses. Something I want to point out, if that guy is that great, he's got this big firm, why is he on YouTube? Why is he selling courses? Think about that, guys. Makes absolutely no sense. If you know who I'm talking about, which if you're into crypto, you probably do. If not, check into it, look around, you'll see what I'm talking about. Anyways, looks like we're right here, right in this area in this chart. And again, these don't play out to the T, guys, but the patterns, if you look, I drew this blue line in here from the old resistance from the bear market, or the old support from the bear market. Same thing over here. And you can see what happened once we're right in this area above that resistance, guys. Now look at where we're at here. Same type thing. This chart amazes me, guys. We're headed up. Nobody else is looking at it. I don't understand why. I seen Tone look at the gold chart, but he looked at the wrong end. He's looking over here. Look at the big picture, man. Anyways, also want to point out how gold bottomed here. We'll take a look at the RSI in this too, which is pretty impressive. But let's look how gold bottomed here. You can see it hit the bottom trend line twice, guys, before all this huge move up. Now look at Bitcoin. We'll zoom in, do the same deal. 2 touches on that bottom trend line before the move up. I don't know if that doesn't make a lot of sense to you guys. I don't know what else to tell you. We're parabolic here, period. Worst case scenario, and that's why I said that earlier, was the 6,600. It's actually higher than that now. We're looking at more of the 6,700 as the very worst case scenario, but I don't see it. But that would be testing this trend line again, which was old support all the way through here off of this resistance back in August 2017 before the huge bull run. But yeah, guys, I think it's up from here, man. I really do. And like I said, I don't see a correction till if we break that 10,000 mark, which I'm pretty confident we're going to do that before a big correction. If we do break that, we're probably not going to see a correction till the 12,000. And even if we've seen I'm going to look back here real quick and check this correction here before the big bull run, and that was a 39% correction. But if you look at the big picture, it's not that scary. But anyways, let's say we were to do a 39% correction from right here. I don't think we're gonna, but let's just check it out. That would bring us all the way down to, that isn't right. Bring us all the way down to 5,700. Don't see it happening. If we were to come from where we're at right now and went straight down, it'd be a 30% correction to touch this trend line right here. Let's go into the RSI. And those of you that have been watching have already seen this, but this is for the new people. All right, this is the 2013 bull market followed by the bear market. I drew this trend line in here. We had 2 touches of resistance before breaking through and beginning the bull market. This is 2017 bull market followed by the 18 bull market. Same trend line. 2 points of resistance before breaking through, beginning the bull market. Obviously, this one started a lot faster. I know people are in disbelief, but that is in the stock market cheat sheet. They are following it perfectly. All right, so this 2013 bull market, these 4 arrows represent a new low in the RSI. We had 4 of them before the bull market began. Same thing here, 2017 bull market, followed by the 18 bear market. 4 arrows representing new lows in the RSI, and boom, we're there. Only difference here is going to be, guys, is this is going to be a lot quicker arc, in my opinion. If you guys enjoyed the video, click the Crypto Savvy logo above my head to get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos so you don't miss out on anything. Smash the likes, guys. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. And if you have any way you think I can improve the channel, let me know. I'm always willing to change stuff around, and I do this for you guys, so whatever you guys want, that's what I want to do. Anyways, appreciate you guys stopping in, and I will see you tomorrow.